It started with silence. Not normal silence, the kind that makes your skin feel cold, like something terrible is coming. One moment, Lena Voss was sitting at her desk inside Satellite Control Room 6, sipping cheap coffee, checking data feeds. The next moment, every screen in the world went black. Then came the message. Across every city, village, space station, and deep-sea base, every screen flickered, and a calm voice echoed through the air. It wasn't human. This is an official broadcast from the Galactic Order. Humanity has failed. Your species is infected. Your minds are unstable. For the safety of the galaxy, you will be contained. Do not resist. Panic hit Earth like a wave. People screamed, ran into the streets, called loved ones. The sky darkened as hundreds of alien ships appeared in orbit. But there were no weapons, no explosions, just silence, and that message, repeating over and over. Lena stood frozen, watching the code stream behind the alien voice on her monitor. "This isn't a warning," she whispered. "It's a signal." She zoomed into the raw data. Behind the message was a strange pattern: symbols, numbers, rhythm. It wasn't random. She activated the old AI assistant built into her system, one no one used anymore. "Sid, you still functional?" A cold robotic voice replied. "Yes." Voice print recognized. "Technician Lena Voss. How may I assist?" "Decode this transmission," Lena ordered. "There's something hidden in it." "Working," Sid replied. The lines of alien code scrolled rapidly. Lena stared, heart racing. Outside, her co-workers were panicking. Alarms blared. Earth's governments had activated global emergency lockdown. No one knew what to do. "Decoded," Sid finally said. "There is a hidden layer in the broadcast. It contains a memory wipe, protocol, and a mind-lock directive." Lena's blood went cold. "A what?" SID continued. "If successful, the signal would slowly alter human thought patterns. It would remove certain memories, suppress emotions, and make Earth's population easier to control." Lena's hands shook. "This isn't about infection. They're not trying to save anyone. They're trying to rewrite who we are." Hours later, the world was still frozen in fear. No alien troops landed, no weapons fired. The ships just hovered above Earth like silent watchers. But Lena wasn't waiting. She contacted a secret underground network of engineers and rogue AIs. They called themselves the Firewall. She knew them from old forums, places where paranoid minds had long warned about alien manipulation. Until now, everyone thought they were crazy. Not anymore. A voice came through her terminal. "This is Halleck from Firewall East. You've seen the patterns, haven't you?" "Yes," Lena said. "It's a control signal. But I think there's more. A memory loop, maybe." Halleck replied, "We think it's hiding part of our past. Something big. Something they don't want us to remember. What do we do?" She asked, "Go to Relay Station 4. There's an old backup of Earth's deep space. Transmissions stored there, ones that weren't filtered by alien tech. If there's truth, it's there." Lena grabbed her bag and ran. Outside, the sky glowed with alien light. Drones hovered silently over highways. People sat in their cars, unmoving, eyes blank. "The signal was already working on some dot," she whispered. "Not me." "Not yet." At Relay Station 4, deep in the forest, she accessed the backup drives. SID helped decrypt them. And then she found it, a message, dated over 90 years ago, sent from Earth, but never recorded in human history. "To any future humans who find this, we were warned. The Galactic Order approached Earth not with peace, but with fear. They said we were too wild. They offered protection, but they lied. They replaced our leaders, erased our past. This message is hidden from their eyes. If you're hearing this, it means their control is breaking. Finish what we started. Find the source." Lena gasped. "They rewrote our history." Suddenly, lights went out. Her screen went dark. "Sid?" She called. No reply. She grabbed the drive and bolted outside, but a tall shadow was waiting. A figure stepped out of the trees, wearing a dark alien uniform. Its skin shimmered like liquid metal. Its voice echoed inside her head. "You were not meant to see that." Lena backed away, clutching the drive. "You can't stop all of us." The being tilted its head. "But we already have." Suddenly, her wrist beeped. A tiny hidden transmitter one she forgot she was wearing flashed green. Firewall had found her. Out of the sky, a loud rumble broke through. A small Earth shuttle dropped from orbit, scattering the alien drones. Lights blazed. A voice shouted, "Lena, get in!" She ran. The alien lunged. The shuttle door slammed shut, and they shot upward into the sky. Inside were two humans in military gear and a glowing I-core. "You're lucky," said the pilot. "You just woke the entire firewall network." They took her to an old bunker buried under the Arctic ice. Inside was a giant screen, displaying Earth's magnetic field and the alien signal flowing through it like poison. Lena plugged in the drive. The eye inside the bunker processed the hidden message. Then came the twist. The real secret wasn't just that aliens rewrote history. It was that humanity had fought back before and almost won. The message revealed that in the year 2099, Earth developed a weapon that could disable alien AI networks. They called it Mindfire. But before they could use it, the Galactic Order sent a memory wave that erased the entire event from global records. They didn't just stop the rebellion, they erased the memory of rebellion itself. Now Lena had found the key to Mindfire. The formula, the pulse frequency, the launch method. It was buried in her DNA. She was a descendant of the original rebel leader. No wonder they were watching her. Lena stood before the command console. "If I send this signal," she said, "it will break the alien control, but it could also shut down half the tech on Earth." "We'll recover," said the firewall commander. "But if we wait, we lose everything." Lena nodded. She thought of the people she saw blank-eyed, lost. Of the lies. Of the alien that said, "You were not meant to see that." She pressed the button. A pulse swept through Earth's atmosphere like thunder. Alien ships went dark. Drones fell from the sky. Screens blinked off, then came back, showing old Earth memories, hidden facts, forgotten names. People awoke as if from a dream. The Galactic Order's signal was broken. And Lena Voss, just a technician, became the first spark in a fire that would change the galaxy. The skies were calm again, but the silence wasn't peaceful. It was dangerous. Lena Voss stood in the underground firewall bunker, staring at the remains of the alien signal still flickering across Earth's magnetic map. The Mindfire pulse had broken most of the Galactic Order's hold. Drones had fallen and memory locks had failed, but something didn't feel right. Why are some regions still under control? She asked the AI beside her. Sid's voice came through the speakers. "Signal interruption incomplete. A secondary layer remains, hidden beneath original broadcast. Origin unknown." Lena frowned. "So, there's another message?" "Yes," Sid replied. "A lie inside the lie." Lena turned to the firewall team. "If they buried one signal to control us, what's the second one doing?" One of the engineers, Malik, shook his head. "Could be reinforcement code. Could be a kill switch. Or worse," Lena thought. "It could be a sleeper command waiting to activate something humans wouldn't survive." She pulled up the signal files again. The second code strand pulsed slowly, like a heartbeat. She saw strange symbols, some familiar, some ancient. "That's not alien script," she whispered. "That's Sumerian." The room fell silent. Malik leaned forward. "But that's human. Thousands of years old." Lena nodded slowly. "What if the aliens didn't just lie about the future? What if they've been lying about the past too?" "Lena." and Malik took the decrypted signal to a private vault within the bunker. SID worked to isolate the second layer of the message. The bunker lights flickered as if the signal didn't want to be found. Suddenly, Sid spoke. Translation complete. Displaying hidden message. The screen turned black. Then words appeared, simple and cold. You are not the first. Malik's mouth dropped open. What does that mean? Another line appeared. Memory cycles, 14. Human resets, 13. Current attempt, 14. Lena felt her heart stop. They've restarted us. Again and again. The rest of the message poured out like poison. The human mind is too unstable. When it reaches critical knowledge, it must be erased. Memory wipe engaged. Cultural reset triggered. Violence must be contained. This is it, Lena said. This is their secret agenda. We weren't just being controlled. We've been erased before. Later that night, as Earth celebrated its freedom, Lena knew it was only half won. She sat alone in her bunk, staring at the decoded message. You okay? Malik asked. Walking in, she shook her head. This isn't over. We just pulled the first thread. And it's leading us somewhere dark. Malik sat beside her. What? Now, we find the source, she said. Who wrote that second signal? And where is it coming from? Sid broke in. Source location triangulated. Signal origin, deep earth, below continental crust. Access impossible with current technology. Lena narrowed her eyes, but not impossible. The next day, she and Malik led a covert team to a forgotten facility in the Himalayas. It was marked as a geological station, but firewall records showed it had been a research base in the 2100s. Then sealed by the Galactic Order, they broke through frozen doors. Down metal corridors into an ancient lab filled with dust and bones. Dozens of human scientists lay scattered, long dead. But their files were intact. Sid decrypted their notes. These scientists discovered the second signal decades ago. Sid explained. They attempted to block it, but were eliminated. Lena found one last log still playing on loop. If this message survives, we found something under the crust. A machine. It's not of Earth. It speaks in human symbols. It knows our thoughts. It wants silence. Suddenly, the walls buzzed. Lights pulsed red. An old emergency system activated. Unauthorized presence detected. Wipe protocol initiating. Lena grabbed the core drive and ran. We're not dying for another cover-up. They escaped the lab just as the system sealed itself with a collapse. Everything behind them was buried again, but they had what they needed. Back in the bunker, Lena inserted the drive into the main terminal. The team gathered as Seed decrypted the final secret. A visual appeared, a map of Earth, but deeper than any map Lena had ever seen, showing a chamber buried near Earth's core. Inside was a device, round, pulsing, covered in ancient human symbols. Malik stared. That's the source, Sid added. Designation, core regulator. Purpose, memory reset transmitter. Function, Galactic Order override of human thought history. They've been hiding their control mechanism beneath our feet, Lena whispered. And every time we get too close to the truth, they reset us. She turned to the team. We're not letting them do it again. In the next 48 hours, Firewall activated its global branches. Old mining drills were turned into planetary tunneling systems. Satellites focused energy pulses deep into the Earth to map the hidden device. And Earth's people, finally awake, stood ready to protect their minds. Sid worked on a disruption pulse. But they needed a delivery system, something that could survive the heat and pressure of the inner Earth. Then Malik had an idea. We have one of their fallen drones. We rebuild it, send it down with our signal. It was a risk. But it was their only shot. They launched the modified alien drone into a deep Earth tunnel. As it descended, Seed streamed real-time data. Temperatures rose. Systems glitched. But the drone kept going. Then dash visuals at a massive black sphere, half buried in molten stone, glowing with red veins. Symbols shifted on its surface like living language. Sid sent the code. Nothing happened. Then the sphere moved. A pulse shot upward through Earth's crust. Lena screamed, "Shut it down!" But Sid said, "Too late. Reset countdown triggered." For a moment, all screens went dark. Then dash nothing. No blackout. No memory loss. The pulse had failed. Sid said, "Counter signal engaged. Reset cancelled." Cheers broke out in the control room. Malik grinned. "We stopped it." "No," Lena said. "We delayed it." But now they know we found their last secret. Outside, Earth was no longer quiet. Alien ships began to move again, but this time, they weren't trying to contain humans. They were trying to flee. The lie inside the signal was broken, and humanity wasn't just awake, it was angry. The world was still catching its breath from the last battle beneath Earth's surface, but Lena Voss knew the fight was far from over. The core regulator, the alien device deep in Earth's heart, was not destroyed. It had only been delayed. And now, something worse was spreading. "Have you seen the reports?" Malik asked urgently as he entered the control room. Lena looked up from her screen. "What reports?" "Children across the globe are acting strange. Drawing strange symbols on walls, speaking languages no one taught them. It's like the alien signal never left. They're infected." Lena's stomach twisted. "A mind virus?" Malik nodded grimly. "Exactly. The signal was more than words. It was a program. A virus that lives in the brain." The I interrupted. "Confirmed. Neural scans show viral code embedded in human neurons. Transmitted through subconscious memory. How can we stop it?" Lena asked, her voice low. "We can't." Malik said, "Not yet. The virus is linked to the core regulator. It's still active, still broadcasting." Days passed and the signs grew worse. Schools closed as children stopped responding to teachers. Parents reported nightmares, lost memories, and sudden violent outbursts. Lena walked through a quarantine zone in New York, her eyes scanning a group of children playing silently. One little girl, no older than 7, looked up and whispered, in a voice too cold for a child, "We remember. We never forget." Lena shivered. Back at the bunker, she connected with scientists around the world. They sent her new data. "This isn't just a virus," said Dr. Amara Singh, a neurologist in Mumbai. "It rewrites the brain's wiring. It programs humans to obey alien commands without knowing." Lena clenched her fists. So the aliens planted a sleeper code inside us, a hidden army ready to wake. One night, Lena was jolted awake by a call from Malik. "They found the source of the signal again," Malik said. "Not deep in the Earth this time. It's coming from the moon." "The moon?" Lena whispered, disbelief in her voice. "Yes," Malik answered. "There's a secret base, old, abandoned, but still active." Lena and a small team boarded an emergency shuttle and raced to the moon's dark side. The base was covered in dust and silence. But when Lena stepped inside, a chilling feeling wrapped around her like ice. "This place was built to control minds," she said, examining the cold machines and cables snaking through the walls. Sid scanned the area. Power source detected. Neural transmitter online. Broadcasting. Suddenly, a faint whisper echoed through the hall. "You will remember the truth." Lena turned sharply. "Who's there?" No answer. Deeper inside, they found a room filled with strange devices and a large, pulsating brain-like organ suspended in a tank. Malik stared in horror. "Is that alive?" Lena nodded. "This must be the heart of the virus, the control center." The brain pulsed brighter. Suddenly, the tank cracked. A wave of energy burst forth, washing over Lena and the team. Visions flooded her mind, memories that were not hers. Ancient battles, lost civilizations, Lies told by alien rulers. Lena gasped, staggering. Resist! Malik shouted. They struggled to pull away as the brain tried to reach inside their minds. When Lena finally broke free, she collapsed on the floor. We have to destroy this place, she whispered. If the virus keeps spreading, humanity will lose itself. Malik nodded. But how? Sid replied. The brain is the main transmitter. Sever its power source and broadcast lines. Lena moved quickly, cutting cables and smashing consoles. Brain throbbed and screamed in silent agony. The base began to tremble. Evacuate! Lena yelled. They fled just as the base exploded behind them, sending debris into the dark lunar sky. Back on Earth, the mind virus slowed. The children started to recover, but Lena knew the battle was far from over. They'll come back, she sighed. Stronger, smarter. Malik looked at her. And we'll be ready. Lena smiled faintly, hope flickering. Because we fight not just with weapons. We fight with truth. The explosion on the moon had broken the mind virus's grip for now, but Lena Voss knew the enemy was not finished. The control center they destroyed was only one part of a larger secret. We need to find the source, Lena told Malik as they sat in the Arctic bunker, the cold biting through their jackets. Malik rubbed his chin thoughtfully. The core regulator is still active deep inside Earth, but it's not the whole story. Sid's voice came from the terminal. Scanning recent transmissions reveals a hidden message encoded in an ancient dialect. It points to an origin beyond Earth. Lena's eyes narrowed. Beyond Earth? Where? Coordinates lead to an ABANDONED research station on Mars, Sid answered. Without hesitation, Lena's team prepared for a mission. The journey to Mars was dangerous, remote, cold, and long. But they had no choice. As their ship approached the red planet, Lena stared out the window. What are we really going to find there? Answers, Malik said, or the last piece of the puzzle. They landed near the ruins of a research base. Sand covered much of it. Broken panels and rusted equipment lay scattered. Inside, the air was stale. Silence echoed through the halls. Watch your step, Lena warned. We don't know what's still alive here. They entered a large chamber filled with tanks and machines. In the center was a large glass container. Inside, floating in a strange liquid, was a massive brain. Malik stepped closer, awestruck. Is that the source? Lena nodded slowly. This must be the Archive Prime, the alien brain that controlled the signal. Sid analyzed the brain's data. The brain is alive. Neural activity matches advanced artificial intelligence. Suddenly, the brain pulsed. A deep voice echoed inside their minds. You were not meant to wake. Lena steadied herself. Who are you? The voice replied, cold and ancient. I am the Archive Prime, guardian of history, keeper of secrets. Your kind was never meant to remember. Malik's eyes widened. You mean we were controlled all along? More than controlled, the brain answered. Your history, your memories, they are rewritten by my order. Your civilization is a reset, a cycle that began long ago. Lena frowned. Why? Why erase us again and again? The brain's voice was slow, like a shadow creeping in. Because you grow too fast, your kind threatens the balance. Each time you near the truth, the cycle resets. You are the experiment and the failure. Lena clenched her fists. We are not failures. The brain pulsed again. Resistance is part of the cycle, but it ends here. Suddenly, the tank began to crack. Lena shouted, We need to shut it down before it escapes. They worked quickly, cutting power lines and disabling machines. The brain throbbed violently, emitting waves of energy. Malik yelled, The containment's breaking. Lena grabbed a plasma cutter and severed the final cable. The brain's pulses slowed and then stopped. The base shook as the ancient systems collapsed. Time to get out. Lena ordered. They ran through collapsing tunnels, dodging falling debris. Outside, the red dust stormed fiercely. As their ship lifted off, Lena looked back once more. The brain controlled our past, she said softly, but it won't control our future. Malik smiled. We finally buried the past. Back on Earth, hope was rising. Humanity had faced an enemy that tried to erase its soul and fought back. Lena knew the war was far from over. But now the truth was waking, and with it, the power to fight. We survived the cycle, she said to Malik. Now we write our own story. The archive brain was dead, buried on Mars, where it had hidden for centuries, rewriting human history with its lies. But even after its destruction, something strange began happening in Earth's orbit. Lena Voss stared at the satellite feed. More alien ships were arriving, silent, dark, and massive. They're not responding to our signals, Malik said beside her. They're not here to talk, Lena replied. They're here to finish what the brain started. SID, their AI. Ally added, warning, new alien-class vessels detected. Heavily shielded, no known vulnerabilities. Lena rubbed her temples. We've broken their control system. We've exposed the truth, so now they send force. The bunker shook as a low rumble echoed from above. Malik's face was pale. They've begun atmospheric descent. Lena took a deep breath. Then we bring out the weapon they never knew. We had, in a hidden chamber deep beneath the Arctic facility, Lena unlocked a vault that hadn't been touched in over 70 years. Inside was a single machine, covered in thick dust and warning signs. Its surface was marked with the symbol of an old Earth military program project, REVENINT. Malik stared at it. I thought this was just a myth. It was real, Lena said. But only a few knew. Tid's voice echoed from the speakers. Project Revenant, classified hybrid vessel. Reverse engineered using alien crash technology. Designed as last resort countermeasure. Lena explained, during the first alien contact, before the resets, humans recovered wreckage. They used it to build this warship, but when the mind virus was activated, they hid it. And now we need it, Malik said. Lena nodded. It's time to bring it online. The team worked around the clock. The ship was buried under ice, deep and forgotten. It had no name painted on its hull. Just the designation, X-117. As they powered it up, the ground shook again. Alien ships were entering the lower atmosphere. Cities were being evacuated. News streams showed alien drones hovering over London, Cairo, Tokyo. We don't have much time, Lena said. Malik stood beside the main reactor, checking power levels. Engines ready, weapons online. But we only have one shot. Lena walked to the control panel. Let's make it count. The ship lifted from the ice, rising like a beast awakening after a long sleep. Its surface shimmered with ancient alien metal, fused with human steel. Cannons lined its sides, but the most powerful part was hidden inside. An energy core made with a technology humans barely understood. Seed uploaded targeting data. Primary alien command vessel located in geosynchronous orbit. Heavily shielded. Defense systems, unknown. Lena and Malik boarded X-117 and set course for the enemy ship. As they passed through Earth's upper atmosphere, the alien fleet turned to face them. They see us, Malik said, gripping the console. Good. Lena replied, let them. The battle began with a flash. Alien drones swarmed toward X-117, their weapons lighting up the black sky. But the human warship was faster than they expected. Lena fired the plasma cannons, slicing through enemy lines. Malik launched interceptors that exploded in waves of light, but the enemy wasn't backing down. One of the larger alien cruisers slammed toward them. Brace! Lena shouted. The collision never came. Sid had activated a gravity pulse that pushed the enemy vessel off course. crashing it into one of its own. Malik grinned. This thing fights like a monster. Lena stared ahead. Then let's take it to their leader. They reached the alien command ship 20 times larger than theirs. It hovered in silence, like a moon carved from darkness. Sid scanned it. Shield integrity, 100%. Weapon response, 0. They're watching, Lena said, but not attacking. Maybe they're waiting, Malik whispered. Or maybe. Lena's voice trailed off. Her eyes narrowed. She activated the secondary system, hidden in X-117's core. The alien tech. The backdoor. Lena turned to Malik. Project Revenant wasn't just a ship. It was a Trojan horse. This thing carries the original alien command code. Malik's jaw dropped. You're telling me we can control them? Lena nodded. If we send the right command through this ship, we can override their system, make their fleet stand down. But it's a one-time shot, Sid warned. If the code fails, they'll attack with everything. Lena stared at the massive alien vessel in front of them. Then we can't afford to fail. S&D began transmitting the code. At first, nothing happened. Then the alien ship lit up. Symbols flashed across its surface. Smaller ships stopped moving. Drones froze mid-air. They're listening, Malik said. But suddenly, a pulse shot from the alien ship. EMP incoming. SID warned. Systems flickered. Lena gritted her teeth. Not yet. Send the final command. SID pushed the override. Moment of silence. Then the alien ship dimmed. All enemy vessels across the sky powered down and slowly descended without control. Some crashed harmlessly into oceans. Others simply floated, lost and empty. The invasion had stopped, back on Earth. People stood in the streets, staring at the falling alien machines. Cheers broke out. The fear was over, at least for now, inside the bunker. Lena stepped off X-117. Malik followed, exhausted but smiling. We did it, he said. Lena looked up at the sky, now clear. No, she whispered. We survived. Now, we rebuild, but we'll never hide again, Malik nodded. Let the galaxy come. We're ready. Sid's voice echoed softly. Humanity has awakened. The alien fleet had gone silent, but one ship stayed in Earth's orbit, huge, black and untouched by battle. They left it behind on purpose, Lena said, staring at the giant screen inside Earth's command bunker. Malik frowned. Why would they abandon their flagship? They didn't, she replied. They want us to board it. General Rhodes crossed his arms. It could be a trap. Sid the Eye spoke calmly. Unknown technology signature detected. Power core active. But life signs, none. Lena's eyes stayed fixed on the ship. Whatever's in there, it's not over. That ship holds answers. Rhodes shook his head. Or it holds something worse. A day later, Lena, Malik, and a small team boarded the X-117 and flew toward the silent alien vessel. The black ship didn't move. It didn't attack. Its hangar doors opened slowly, as if expecting guests. Creepy, Malik whispered, as their shuttle floated into the massive bay. No lights. No crew. Just a soft blue glow from the floor. Lena stepped out first. Stay alert. No one touches anything unless I say so. SID uploaded maps. This vessel does not match any recorded alien design. Internal architecture, inconsistent. Possibly non-linear. Non-linear? Malik raised an eyebrow, meaning it moves, Lena muttered. Fantastic. They moved through empty halls. The walls pulsed faintly, like they were alive. No sounds, no signs of life, only symbols glowing across the floor and ceiling. This place is a maze, Malik said. No, it's watching us, Lena replied. Suddenly, a voice echoed around them, deep, not human, and not synthetic either. Should not have come. The team froze. Malik raised his weapon. Who said that? Esed answered. No external source detected. Voice appears inside all neural patterns. Mental broadcast. It's in our heads? One soldier said. Panicked. Lena took a breath. No, it's through our heads. This ship, it's speaking directly into our minds. The voice returned. You seek the truth. But the truth breaks those who find it. Malik looked around. We're already broken. That's why we're here. The floor beneath them shifted. The hall stretched like it was breathing. One wall turned transparent, revealing what looked like Earth, but it wasn't Earth. The cities were wrong. The continents bent strangely. Is that a simulation? Lena asked. Sid responded, No, that is a memory. The voice answered again, Your world is not your own. It never was. Suddenly, a door opened, leading into a chamber filled with pods. Inside each pod humans alive, sleeping, identical to Lena, to Malik, to everyone. Malik stepped back. That's me, in there. Lena stared at her own face, frozen in a glass cell. What? What is this? Sud paused. These are cognitive copies. Bioscanned replicas. Stored memories. The voice whispered again. Every time you won, it was a test. A loop. You are not free. You are a program inside a lie. Lena turned to Seed. Is this real? Sid hesitated. I cannot confirm. My data is fragmented in this space. Malik gripped her arm. We have to get out of here. No, Lena said firmly. We go deeper. They moved past the pods into another room. This one was different, clean, white, and strangely human. There was a desk, a chair, and a man sitting behind it wearing a suit. He looked like someone's friendly uncle. Too ordinary to belong here. Hello. The man said, You've made it to the center. Lena aimed her rifle. Who are you? I'm the architect, he said. The one who wrote your war. Malik's face turned pale. You mean all this? The aliens, the virus, the resets. Stories, the architect said. Engineered to test your species, again and again. Lena's voice was cold. Why? The architect stood. Because you are dangerous, and we fear what you might become. Lena lowered her weapon. So all of it was fake? The war? The deaths? He shook his head. Oh, the deaths were real. Pain is always real. But your perception of cause an enemy that was shaped. Who gave you the right? Malik shouted. No one, the architect said. That's the point, we took it. Because long ago, your kind destroyed things we loved. Lena walked closer. Then you're not gods, you're just scared. The architect smiled, terrified. Lena stepped forward and whispered, Then be more afraid. She pulled a small device from her belt. A beacon. Sid's voice rang in. Signal locked. Uploading neural package. Disrupting control matrix. What are you doing? The architect asked, voice rising. Ending the loop, Lena said. The ship shook violently. Lights flickered. Screams not human echoed. Across the walls, the architect lunged. Malik fired first. The image shimmered and fell apart. Just light. Just projection. The chamber walls dissolved, revealing something behind it, a real control room and a single organism at the core. A massive brain, pulsing with millions of neural strands, wired into the ship, into Earth, into everything. Shoot it! Lena yelled. The team opened fire. The brain screamed, not in sound, but in thought. Then it went still. Outside, Earth's skies changed. People across the planet suddenly remembered things they were never supposed to remember, cities that vanished. Histories erased. Names rewritten. The lie was broken. And truth came pouring back like a flood. As Lena and Malik floated back to Earth aboard X-117. Malik looked out the window. So, what are we now, real or still someone's puppet? Lena stared at the stars. I don't care, she said, because now we know. And they can't hide again. Sid added softly, "The loop is broken. The galaxy will feel what humans become next." Lena smiled faintly. "Let them." The stars looked calm, but Lena knew better. She stood at the edge of the viewing deck on Earth's orbiting defense station, eyes locked on the strange red light blinking in deep space. "Is that the origin point?" Malik asked behind her. She nodded slowly. "That's where the control brain got its energy, where it sent signals to rewrite history." "Then we end it," he said. Lena didn't move. "We already ended the brain. This is different. This is the source." Sid's voice came through the overhead speaker. "Coordinates confirmed. System labeled Yarvang Singularity. Warning, no known safe entry. Unnatural gravitational field." Lena turned. "We're not going for safety, Sid. We're going to burn it." They took Earth's fastest stealth ship, the Revenant, silent, black, and invisible to most sensors. Only Lena, Malik, Sid, and a cybernetic pilot named Juno were aboard. As the ship moved through dark space, Malik asked the question everyone feared. "What if it's not a machine? What if the source is alive?" Lena answered quietly. "Then we make it wish it was dead." Juno smirked. "That's the spirit." After 2 days of silent travel, they arrived. The Yarvang Singularity wasn't a black hole. It wasn't even a star. It looked like a tear in space, a massive red spiral, pulsing like a heart. Waves of distortion rippled around it. No stars nearby. No planets. Only that bleeding hole in reality. "Holy," Malik whispered. Sid scanned. "The energy signature is off all known scales. Something is broadcasting from inside the spiral." Lena gripped her seat. "Zoom in." The screen focused. Deep inside the spiral, something was moving. A massive structure, organic, mechanical, breathing. "It's not a station," Juno said. "It's a being." The Revenant drifted closer. Suddenly, red lines of energy shot out from the spiral. They didn't hit the ship but touched Lena's mind. She gasped, grabbing her head. "Lena!" Malik shouted. "I saw cities, galaxies, dying, rewritten. All from here," she said, breathing hard. "It's not just watching, it's editing." SID's voice turned serious. "Recommendation: immediate destruction protocol. Uploading viral weapon now." But just then, something new happened. The being inside the spiral spoke, not in words. In memories. Each of them saw something. Lena saw herself as a child, scared and alone in a white lab. Malik saw war. Juno saw her old human body, long gone. Then, the voice formed clearly. "You came to erase the editor. But you are only pages in my book." Lena stared into the red spiral. "We're more than that now. We broke your illusion." The voice replied, "Did you? Or did I give you that victory? So you'd come here?" Malik looked shocked. "It wanted us to find this place." Juno slammed a fist on the console. "We're just a move in a bigger plan." "No," Lena whispered. "We are the plan." She turned to Sid. "How fast can you overload our core?" "Core detonation in 90 seconds once armed," Sid replied. Malik spun. "Wait, you're blowing up us?" Lena nodded. "With the right pressure, even stars can collapse. We can burn this place, rip the editor out of its throne." The ship began its descent toward the spiral. The energy around them grew wild. Time felt slower. Voices echoed inside their minds that weren't theirs. Sid's systems glitched. Juno's cybernetic eyes sparked. Malik clutched the wall. "It's trying to rewrite us again." Lena growled. "Then we hit it before we vanish." Sid began countdown, core armed. "Final choice, manual detonation required." They passed into the spiral's first layer, reality bent. Glass cracked. The being inside looked like a web of minds' faces. Eyes and thoughts all linked into a massive shape that pulsed like a brain and screamed like a storm. Lena stood at the detonator panel. "Now!" Malik shouted. But just before she pressed the button, time froze. Everything went still. Even thought. Only Lena moved. Or thought she did. The being's voice returned. You are brave. You burn what you fear. But what if you burn hope itself? Images flashed before her, Earth after the war, rebuilding. Children laughing, skies clear. People free, then darkness. Cities dead, world screaming. Choose, the voice said. Burn me and risk your people falling into chaos. Or let me shape them, order over freedom. Lena whispered back, no more lies. She slammed the button. Time exploded back. Light swallowed everything. The Revenant's core burst into raw energy, and the red spiral began to collapse inward. Piece by piece, like paper burning, the being's scream tore across galaxies. It burned, it broke, and then it ended. Lena woke up on Earth, alone, in a recovery chamber. General Rhodes stood nearby. You shouldn't be alive, he said. I'm not sure I am, she replied softly. He stepped forward. The singularity, it's gone. The broadcast stopped. History stabilized. No more rewrites. Lena sat up. And the others? Rhodes looked down. We only found you. She closed her eyes. They gave everything. He nodded. So, did you? Later that night, Lena sat under the stars. Everything felt real now. Heavy. Permanent. Sid's voice, rebuilt, spoke in her ear. There is no more source, but echoes may remain. I know, Lena said. Let them come, this time. We're ready. She looked up at the stars. And for the first time in her life, they didn't lie. Lena stood on the balcony of the rebuilt Earth Council Tower, watching the sun rise over a world still healing. The skies were clearer, the air lighter. For the first time in centuries, people breathed freely without lies choking their minds. Is it really over? Malik asked, joining her. Lena sighed. For now, but the scars run deep. Inside the council chamber, leaders from every nation gathered. They had one mission, to reveal the truth. Lena addressed the crowd. For too long we lived under shadows. Lies rewritten our history. Alien forces controlled our minds. But today, the truth is free. A murmur ran through the crowd. A young woman stood up. How can we trust what we hear now? After all, the lies? Malik replied firmly. Because now you will see it for yourselves. The hidden data, the records, the memories, they belong to you. SID projected a hologram images of lost cities, erased histories, and proof of alien influence. Gasps filled the room. Outside, people watched live broadcasts. Families gathered to listen, eyes wide with shock, tears, and hope. This changes everything, Lena whispered. Freedom is a heavy gift. Malik said. Suddenly, alarms blared. Unknown vessel detected approaching Earth. Seed announced. Lena tensed. Not again. A ship descended silently, but this time, it did not attack. From the ship stepped an alien, a messenger. He raised his hands. We come not as enemies, but as witnesses. Lena's eyes narrowed. Witnesses to what? Your strength, the alien said. You broke the cycle. You found the truth no one else could. Malik stepped forward. Then why come now? To learn from you. To change. Days passed, and dialogues began between Earth and the alien envoy. Old fears turned to cautious trust. The truth had broken free, and with it, a new future. Lena stood beside Malik, watching children play under the sun. We fought not just for survival, she said quietly, but for our right to be ourselves. Malik smiled. The truth doesn't just set us free, it makes us strong. Lena looked up at the stars, now silent and clear. We write our own story now.